Hello, I'm going to introduce the Lisbon Treaty. So why the new treaty? Until now, Europe has been built thanks to a succession of treaties negotiated by the states. This method led to a positive result and made it possible to take the construction of Europe forwards for over 50 years. Since the beginning of the 19th, the Union has been faced with a dual challenge. First, receiving new member states to complete the project of European reconciliation that started at the beginning of the 1950s. Second, enhancing the efficiency of the decision-making process. Since there are new members, it seems appropriate to avoid the dangers of stalemate and yet guaranteeing the legitimacy of decisions. After the stalemate in the ratification process, which issued after the treaty establishing a constitution for Europe, abandoned by the French and Dutch in spring 2005, the problem remained and had to be resolved. This answer has been provided by the Lisbon Treaty, a compromise which all heads of state and government at last agreed to in the Portuguese capital on 18th to 19th October 2007. So what does the Lisbon Treaty meaning include, and how does the treaty solve the challenges above? Aims to make the European Union both more efficient and legitimate, the Lisbon Treaty bears the following clauses. First, the Union becomes a legal entity. This implies the ability to enter into a contract, not only to be part of an international convention or be a member of an international organization. Second, the three pillars are merged together: right of citizens' initiative, enhancement of democratic participation. And I will mainly focus on these two following parts. Two new important posts were created and a new rule of double majority is introduced. So what's the two new important posts? The Lisbon Treaty institutes a High Representative of the Union for Foreign Affairs. By doing this, the present functions of the High Representative of the Union for Foreign Affairs and the Security Policy and the European Commissioner for External Relations will be merged together. This provides greater coherence and unity to the European Union's external actions. Next, the second new post. Most important innovation lies in the creation of a stable presidency of the European Council. Before the Lisbon Treaty, each member state chairs the European Council on a 6-monthly rotation. This situation undermines the stability of the work undertaken by the European Council. But with the Lisbon Treaty, like the European Parliament and Commission, the European Council will have a full-time president who will not be able to assume a national mandate. He will be elected by qualified majority by the European Council for 2.5 years instead of the previous rotating presidency. Apart from a stabilized European Council, the treaty also modifies a new voting rule at the Council of Ministers to facilitate decision-making. With the Commission and the Parliament, the Council of Ministers is the third side on the institution triangle. It approves the law put forward by the Commission, but according to a specific rule, the qualified majority. So what's the qualified majority? A union decision taken by the Council of Ministers to be accepted and deemed legitimate, it had to be win support beyond a simple majority, 50% of votes plus one, taking the weight of the states into account. So before the Lisbon Treaty, the qualified majority calculated according to winning votes. Member states have a certain number of votes, not only according to their demographic weight. But with the Lisbon Treaty, any decision taken under this scheme will require the support of at least 50% of the Council of the European Union members, who must represent at least 65% of the EU's citizens. So this new rule is called the double majority. All decisions made using qualified majority voting are now subject to the co-decision procedure, so that Parliament and the Council of the EU must both vote. And finally, is my opinion about the Lisbon Treaty. The Lisbon Treaty has made some key changes to the institutional setup of the Council of the EU and the European Council. Most notably, it has institutionalized non-rotating, longer-term presidencies for the European Council and newly established Foreign Affairs Councils. And finally, a question: how many new important posts were created in the treaty? So that's it. Thank you.